Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 14 in college football. We're talking with Troy West, who has swept the board with us 2 weeks in a row now, 7-0-1 against the spread in the last 2 weeks. And our videos for free, and he tells me he's near 70% in the NFL and college football this year. Troy West, is that true?
It's true, Pete. You know what? It's just been a remarkable 9 weeks. We started out a little bit slow in college football. We've been very consistent in the NFL each and every week. But I don't have the exact figures right in front of me, Pete, but I'll tell you what, it's just been nonstop winning, both sides, college football and the NFL. Several winning weeks in a row, Pete. I can't tell you the last losing week that we had. It's not something that I even look at because it hasn't happened. Giving nothing but winners for you guys too, Pete. Like I said last week, I cannot remember the last top play that we've lost given out on the SBR videos. It's been quite some time, and my God, we're rolling, Pete. And I'll tell you what, one thing that's overlooked in this business is customer service. We're the best. We're the best when it comes to customer service. I really encourage people to come look at allplayswin.com.
All right, Nebraska, Iowa. The line right now is pick 'em -1 and 1.5 for Iowa. All widely available. Totals 57. And, you know, Iowa's been a pretty scrappy team and a good bet. They lost at home to Wisconsin last week, but they got the cover. That brings them to 6-2 against the spread over their last 8. And Nebraska, after a huge start, you know, maybe the wheels have come off of their season. You know, they got blown out at Wisconsin 2 weeks ago, and then they lost outright at home to Minnesota, although, you know, in that game they were, you know, winning pretty handily until Minnesota absolutely raged back. But Nebraska's now 0-3-1 against the spread over their last 4. So based on recent ATS momentum, you know, I guess you would lean towards Iowa, although earlier in the year, Nebraska was looking like a very, very fearsome team that can easily come in on the road and get a road win over a, you know, a non-elite team like Iowa. So, you know, if you're looking at Nebraska from about a month and a half ago, you'd love them at Pick'em here. Looking at Nebraska from, you know, the last couple weeks, maybe you're leaning Iowa. What do you like here, Troy?
No, Pete, I really like Nebraska in this football game, and I know the wheels came off on them. But you know what, Pete, this is a good Nebraska football team. I still like the way that they played. They lost the heartbreaker to Minnesota. It's a game they really should have had. This Iowa football team, I'm just not buying, Pete. I'm just not. I know this Nebraska team has struggled this year, but they do still have some big wins. They look bad at Wisconsin. They look bad against Minnesota. I just really like this team to bounce back. This is a good Nebraska football team with one of the most diverse running backs in the country in Abdullah. I think Bo Pelini gets it together this week, and I think they get a win. Obviously, they have no points here to cover, Pete. I just think this is two football teams. I think on you're getting a good team with much more talent. I think the line's where it's at because it's in Iowa, and it's a lot the way Nebraska has played lately. But this is a good Nebraska team, Pete. I got to go with Nebraska to get it done.
All right, I can sort of see that. Maybe similar to the TCU game, you're picking two teams that, you know, stumbled a little bit the past few weeks, but that had awesome midseason and early season form. And maybe this week we'll see them revert a little bit back to that previous awesome form. They wouldn't have to be super awesome to get the coverage, just a little bit more awesome than they've been in recent weeks, right?
No, absolutely. I mean, even if you look at Iowa, Pete, they're not necessarily playing good football. They beat a bad Illinois team. Week prior to that, they lost 51-14 at Minnesota, and the scoreboard doesn't really reflect how bad Wisconsin dominated them. That game was not close. It became more of a backdoor cover. It was not a dogfight throughout much of that football game. So I don't think you're getting Iowa necessarily riding a high either. I just think Nebraska, well-coached team, they'll be ready to play. They want to make a bowl game, and they want to finish the season strong. So I think Nebraska gets done.
All right, well, right now, +1.5 is one of the widely available numbers. The market seems to be a little bit uncertain about this line. Pick 'em -1, 1.5 are all widely available. So Troy West, liking Nebraska, +1.5 over Iowa. Thanks so much, Troy.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.